Another important frame of reference is that nature already has species that have defeated aging. And this is so important because it means that we don't have to violate the laws of nature. Mankind has an awful history about creating technology that violates the laws of nature, right? Most of you got here in an automobile. I would say an engine in an automobile does not comply with the laws of nature. Doesn't violate physics, okay? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, why would we create engines that are 17% efficient, throw most of the excess energy out into the environment as heat, and pollute our planet in the process? I'll have more on that later. Just as a thought. And even worse, we're taking carbon that's in the ground and we're putting it into the atmosphere. That's a pretty bad idea. When nature does things, it does things incredibly efficient and also in harmony with the planet. And this is what we want to do. We want to have, in our generation, technology that is in harmony with the planet. So in looking at this, the type of things that we'll study are lobsters, ants, planaria, hydroctinia. We look at organisms that either do not age at all or who have in some way defeated the aging process. So one of the species that I've studied is temnothorax ant. And in ants, what's so interesting is that the queen ant can live 5 to 6 times longer than the worker ant, yet their genetics are almost identical. So what is the reason for this? Bees are very similar. And the queen bee is going to live 50 to 60 times longer than a worker. So we should be able to determine what those differences are, since they're very, very minor, and we should be able to implement that with human beings. So, imagine if we did moderately well and we could extend human life 5 to 6 times. I think most of us would be pretty happy with a lifespan of 500 or 600 years, right? And not aging in the process. Now, what's interesting about the temnothorax ants, so we got these ants into our lab and we wanted to start a series of experiments which were successful. And what's interesting about this ant is that it can get infected by a parasite which will change its gene expression, and the mechanism of action is known. The parasite will, in order to survive, will upregulate mitochondrial function in the ant, and this flips the gene expression in the ant so it doesn't age. So here we have a very good model that supports the idea that if we enhance the function of the mitochondria, we can extend human life. That's at least the hope, right?